call it fat shaming. Don't tell someone they're fat. Let them just be morbidly obese and go through life at a massive risk of heart attack or stroke or diabetes. Don't say anything, because then you'll hurt their feelings. Meanwhile, you could say something to someone and it might be uncomfortable in the moment. Like, hey, Mike, listen, I don't want to be that guy, but you got to lose some weight. And then that guy could go and look in the mirror and go, I really do need to lose some weight. Yeah. And then they'll lose some weight and they'll be healthier, and they'll talk to you 4 or 5 months later and go, you fucked my head up that day. And because of that, I really started changing the way I eat, and I'm so much healthier and I feel better. And
So Xbox is the latest company to fold to the mob in the gaming industry. Gamers have been way more aware, paying way more attention to the infiltration of wokeness into gaming ever since We Baby Inc. a couple of weeks ago, how they tried to destroy this guy on Steam for exposing them for racism and other stuff. But they're trying to put DEI in gaming, and also they're trying to make the characters look a certain way, have certain types of emotions. And that's what we're going to talk about today, because we have a bunch of fugly people. I guess they're upset. They play games and they see female characters who may look more attractive than they believe that they should look, maybe because they don't look so attractive. These people are complaining that a lot of female game characters look unrealistic. Their body types, they're too fit, their figures are too good, and it doesn't represent what actual women look like, which is a lie. America has an obesity problem. We have a lot of bigums in the United States, and that's one of the reasons why this has come about, because a lot of female gamers, not all of them, but there are a lot of them who play these games, they don't feel so good. Just like in the magazines, Victoria's Secret and all them, they got in trouble because they start pushing certain types of models. But people say, well, you can't have women looking too beautiful, because that makes the women who are watching or buying your product, it makes them feel bad because they're not as hot. It comes down to them having a problem with pretty girls. That's what they're basically saying. So let's get into this article here from Niche Gamer. Microsoft cautions developers to avoid curvy female characters. So this is an example here of one of the characters you have a problem with. Even over here, we can't have characters looking like this. This isn't how American women look. Microsoft urges developers not to create female characters with exaggerated body proportions on their official site to support game devs. So this is coming from Xbox big time headquarters at Microsoft, telling these people, look, you're going into making new games, make these characters more fugly. Could you make the female characters less attractive? We don't want any more of the Chun-Li types. We don't want the Lara Croft types. We want something like Validate. Let's take a look at this Validate pic. This is what we need the characters to look like. This is the quote-unquote representation, because this is what the gamers, I guess. There's no pretty girls out there playing games. All of the people playing games must look like this, and this is going to be a reflection of our gamer base. The site titled Product Inclusion Action Help Customers Feel Seen. Exactly. So they want the customers to feel seen by taking away the more attractive female characters. Includes a bullet list of considerations that urge developers to make when working on their product. One Twitter user pointed out the language expressly condemning female characters as reinforcing negative gender stereotypes. Exactly. So let's get down to some of these bullet points here. Are you reinforcing any negative gender stereotypes? Are you unnecessarily introducing gender and gender barriers in your code or design? Are you creating playable female characters that are equal in skill and ability to their male peers? Isn't that unrealistic? Last I checked, men are on average faster, stronger, and more capable of fighting than females, but we can't have that. The females need to be probably smarter, just as fast, just as strong, just as big and everything. You can't put any type of realism in these games. You need to make it to where whoever these people are playing it, feel better about themselves. Are your female characters equipped with clothing and armor that fits their task? Yeah, they definitely want like Chun-Li and a lot of other characters, because we have characters in Marvel, we have characters in anime, and these girls are half naked. They're fighting and stuff, but they're not dressed with armor and stuff. But it's not necessary, because it doesn't impact the sales of these games. It only hurts the feelings of a certain few fuglies who are playing this game, and a certain few woke people who want to completely infiltrate and change the entire way that we think and the way that we behave when we approach games, movies, etc. Do they have exaggerated body proportions? When the story allows, do you show male characters who display a range of emotions? What the hell? Including joy, sadness, and vulnerability. Wow. Imagine you playing whatever game, you got your protagonist. He just needs a moment to be vulnerable. Let's look at Franklin from GTA or something. He just needs to feel vulnerable for a minute. Before I go carjack, rob this place, do this mission, I just need to talk about my feelings for a minute. Recently, Western game developers have been making a point to rally against objectification in games and are citing unrealistic beauty standards set by fictional characters. Well, if they're fictional characters, why do people care? You know you're getting a game and you might have a curvy, nice-looking female character. It's a fictional game. Why do you care? Why are you so hung up on the fact that this character may have a better body shape than a certain few uglies out there? Most recently, Stellar Blade has been the subject of such criticism, despite the game's heroine being based off a real-life model. Okay, here we go now. Now they're about to be called out because actually these looks on these female characters aren't really unrealistic. They just don't fit the average American women because, again, we have a food and exercise problem in the United States. Between Microsoft's developer site and Stellar Blade, it seems there's been a reversal of roles. In recent years, Sony has been criticized for its censorship policies after relocating its gaming business units to California. So here's Stellar Blade. Here's the model this character is based off of right here. We're going to take a quick look at this picture. Want to know a fun fact before jumping into the new year 2024? In Stellar Blade, our protagonist, Eve, body figure was actually based on a 3D scan of the Korean model Shin Jeon. So let's take a look at this model here. Apparently these body types are not real. So this must be a fake woman. Is she AI? Or is this a realistic woman who actually does things to take care of her body? Boom. So it's not unrealistic. This is a real person. And some people be salty about this and they want these characters to be more fugly. They're a bit upset about it. And it really reflects how they feel in real life about themselves. These people are getting their feelings hurt by looking at game characters, by looking at magazines, by looking at comic book, anime characters, stuff like that. Maybe these people who have such problems should do something about exercise or do something about eating to maybe make their body be closer to these quote-unquote unrealistic expectations. But they're not going to do that, of course. What they're going to do is complain and complain and cry. And what's going to happen is big companies like Microsoft, like Sony, are going to fold to the mob and say, look, we need ugly, fat characters in a game. We can't have any good-looking characters because certain people in our customer base are going to get their feelings hurt. Now, keep in mind, most gamers are men. Most of them are either white men or Asian men, and they appreciate these actual realistic types like right here. I think the average man on earth would appreciate this body type right here. But they want men to not accept these body types. They want men to accept the fuglies. This is bigger than gaming. This is how women are feeling generally because women want to eat and eat, never exercise, and get big and big. And have a problem that men want more fit women. Why do you want fit women? Why don't you just accept women who like going to buffets every day? But I don't know. I think Xbox is going to get themselves into some trouble by pushing this stuff because, again, these companies never learn. Go woke, go broke. Keep pushing this DEI crap. Keep trying to push nonsense like this. Talking about, oh, we want the male characters to be in their emotions, to feel vulnerable. Completely ridiculous. So good luck Xbox pushing this nonsense. Let me know what you guys think. Leave me your thoughts below. Share the video. Thanks for watching.